What does hypothermia like?
Stay safe.
Sir! Waiting for you in Rabia! Santo and augmented people just... Is there something else I can help you with?
I was a little hasty before. There are some things you can tell me about Santo. You've given me a lot to chew on. I can't sign up with you on the spot.
Just consider it. What I've told you. I'm not trying to sell you the e-brochure of Rabia. You've seen it all anyway. They're just pictures and holograms. I want you to believe in the place.
Sorry. What you're looking for.
Access granted. Smells like police. What is this thing?
Bad enough when he was just drugs.
I was here first.
What was the track?
I was here first.
What was... Just a moment, I'm trying to help another customer. What was the tracking number?
Huh? I just gave you. Bye. Got that this time?
Yes, sir. That would help us expedite the process. It will only...
Alex, this whisper chip you gave me, it's an easy plant?
You're heading into TF-29? Already?
Our enemies aren't waiting around while we lick our wounds.
Fair enough. There'll be a data port on the NSN's motherboard. Access it and then just plug and play. Or plug and record in this case.
Got it. I'll let you know when it's done.
Adam Jensen.
That will.
And in the mean,
Lab's going as fast as they can.
we're still trying to find the identity of the train station bomber, so we don't have much to go on.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Thanks. Keep digging.
These guys are questioning buy so they have better software. Run out and all the alcohol rights.
They didn't do anything in the moment you guys did that.
You think one of them is probably what's part of this? Dark days ahead. And shit.
Deborah Connolly, you have an outside call cleared and waiting. Catherine and Moyen to Agent Cree's office. Agent Moyen, report to Agent Cree. Fully urgent. Urge supply Catherine and Moyen. Agent Moyen, report to Agent Cree. Fully urgent. Adam Jensen, please report to Agent office. Adam Jensen.
Not easy considered.
Maybe the connection is that they're crazy mechanisms.
Can't be explained by physical damage. What I need you to do is listen to me.
We'll have to talk to some book wherever.
You think one of them
Adam, you're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
Hey, Aria, yeah, it was a close call. I got lucky. A lot of people didn't.
I was here working when the first reports came in. It was chaos. Phones ringing off the hook, people yelling, scrambling to find out what was going on. Then when Miller told me you were there,
I'm all right.
Good. You looking for him? Because he's tied up right now and meeting with Leon, I think.
Really? He's using the NSN right now?
Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, hey, that reminds me, here's yours.
What's this?
The card for the shooting range. Chang changed all the codes this morning, said something about only giving access to people he's vetted personally. The bombing really freaked him out. Third one in 6 months, can you believe it? I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks, Arya. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, I better get back downstairs. It's gonna be a busy day. Come by later if you want to talk.
Copy that.
Agent Zoyan, report to Agent 310, fully urgent. Fully urgent.
I think Singh's got some kind of adrenaline addiction. He plays it too close to the edge. He made it out of Dubai, didn't he? Well, you know what? I think you're right.
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, McCready. You checked with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Singh's cover with the Jinn is still intact. I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold mask jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, McCready. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Come on, McCready. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit. I've got speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up. But that's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys, I'm gonna change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, McCready?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen. But I'll humor you. Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it's very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, mate, you should understand that, yeah?
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
fuck knows. Rumor is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. That everything?
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, McCready.
No, it wasn't.
Radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilante hackers for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the Collective shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud when they rigged the electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, hacked combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the US, millions of workers lost their jobs when the Collective leaked classified corporate documents, causing several Fortune 500 companies to go bankrupt. Between you and me, folks, the Collective is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world, despite whatever praises the underground media wants to sing. This is Eliza.
You think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere?
Up the straps. Back to New York, and a more in-depth look at UN Security Council Resolution 3507, also known as
Run DNA checks through all the alphabet
Act.
agencies.
This
Nothing.
legislation, if passed, calls for the removal and downgrading of all overly powerful, unlicensed documentation. Individuals who fail to comply will be arrested and relocated.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Locations. Safety is the primary concern, especially in the wake of the Og incident, where millions of people lost their lives due to malfunctioning augmentation. Opponents of the legislation
These guys might as well be
have been protesting
ghosts.
all over the world, and many of the protests have turned violent. This escalation in the violence and rhetoric has only widened the gap and polarized the dialogue on both sides of the issue. We will be watching the UN closely for any
I've run
breakthroughs
DNA
in
checks
race.
through all the alphabet
This is
agencies.
Eliza
Nothing.
Hassan, reporting to you, live from Picus.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251
This is
passengers
so
aboard
weird.
Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed. When an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew.
the transit authority.
Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
That horrible day 2 years ago, augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history. I cannot speak for you folks.
This is so
Terrifying
weird.
memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it. This is Eliza Kassa, reporting to you live from Picus.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Anonymity, security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age. And we at Palisade Property Bank have made addressing those concerns priority.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list
In the
somewhere.
walls of Palisade Property Bank is beyond the legal jurisdiction of any government. Assured anonymity. Palisade Bank Corporation is
You'd think
now
one of them would
and
pop up on some list
the best
somewhere.
secure corporate archiving company in the world.
Around the clock, around the world. Picus News, always watching. Because
I've run
you
DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
Turning now to Prague, a city still reeling in the wake of a devastating terror attack. Dozens were killed and hundreds more injured
This is
yesterday
so weird.
when bombs exploded inside Brasica train station.
the transit authority
I do not need to remind you folks that this is the third such attack to strike Prague in 6 months. All of them occurring after Dr. Talos Rucker, leader of the
These
Augmented
guys might
Rights
as well be
Coalition,
ghosts.
took up residence in the neighboring Udalite complex. Dr. Rucker claims his organization is peaceful and merely seeks to ensure the rights of the augmented in a world that has turned against them. But with the United Nations set to debate the Human Restoration Act in a matter of weeks, could the good doctor be changing his tune?
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet. Nothing.
This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial
These guys might as well be
reporting.
ghosts.
And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. Is freedom of the press a threat to our freedom?
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilantes.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet
exposing
agencies.
big money
Nothing.
corruption.
Look, I'm going as fast as I
What
can.
these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the collective
These guys
shut
might as
down
well be
London's
ghosts.
traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transport from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud when they rigged the electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, hacked combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the U.S., millions of workers lost their jobs.
You'd think one of them would
when the
pop up on
collective
some
took
list
classified
somewhere.
corporate documents, causing several Fortune 500 companies to go bankrupt. Between you and me, folks, the collective is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world.
These guys might as well be
Despite whatever
ghosts.
praises the underground media wants to sing. This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Ariel is constantly.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Our portable data center and massive storage
I guess the transit authority.
This is so weird.
Ariel. Up.
Agent Jensen!
UN Security Council.
Half the cybercrimes division is combing the web.
It is
for
Jensen.
anything-
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again. In civvies, at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome. But I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent McCready up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29.
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered the weapons. Unlisted. High spec. Military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. 2 other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
And now for a close look at the
I hate
Agent Jensen!
I really hate this.
Here are our top
I've run DNA checks through all the Alphabet agencies. Nothing.
In the hands of irresponsible journalists, it can be. Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
For exposing
It is Jensen. Yes.
what these journalists
First the Dubai machine, and now the train station bombing. This is a week for the record.
I think
Transit
Director
Authority
Mills
isn't in
is
as much of a hurry as
putting
you are.
all our resources into finding these Dubai newcomers.
causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
And elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, packed combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the U.S.,
Agent Jensen!
I hate this. I really hate this.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list
God, my
somewhere.
eyes want to retreat into my
It is
skull.
Jensen. Yes?
this is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you.
I guess the Transit Authority isn't in as much of a hurry as you are.
Where to start with their rising percentages?
They have better software.
Is that their
Satellite offices are running DNA checks through all the Alphabet.
composition can tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that we need.
Adam, how's it going? Any trouble with the plant?
Patience, Alex. Trying to find the best way to access the motherboard without blowing my cover.
Sorry, man. Message received.
Is it or is it not a probable target?
Safety is the primary concern, especially in the wake of the augmentation. Malfunctioning augmentation. Opponents of the legislation have been protesting all over the world, and many of the protests have turned violent. This has but only widen the gap and polarize the dialogue among
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Composition should tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that we need. I'd love to get a look at the bonfire myself, but the rest, I don't know.
This is Eliza
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. granted.
Augmented in a world that has turned against them. But with the United Nations set to debate the Human Restoration Act in the this is drastically changing history. Your guess is as good as mine. This is the last concern. Reporting to
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
unbiased and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are top stories. Freedom of the press is much more freedom. In the hands of irresponsible journalists, it can be. Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the juggernaut.
Access granted.
An elusive group of vigilante hackers for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the collective shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours, and preventing life-saving medical treatment.
I like cereal guys. Deep down, they all want to be caught.
I don't even know where to start with
This guy
theorizing
is the
percentages.
face of the Jinn and a charismatic force of nature. They call him the Bull of the North and the Heart of the Jinn. Real name
all the
Salar
data I have
works
right
in conjunction with his cold and calculating brother, Wasim, who saved his life during the AUG
Negative.
incident.
They're saying it was
He is
faulty
proudly
wiring.
augmented and parades his AUGs around wherever and whenever he likes. The hatred of AUGs from groups around the world has only emboldened him and his organization. Our arms dealer,
There's much here
Shepard,
to go
aka
on.
John Trent, is a
Just
former
wish
Special
someone
Forces
would nut up
commander
and
and
take the
ex-Bell
blame.
Tower operative. And as is typical for
You
those
think one of
ex-Bell
them
Tower
would pop up on
employees,
some
he's
list?
been selling off old Bell Tower tech and weapons. But we don't need to worry about him anymore. He was killed by those gold mask guys in Dubai.
These guys might as well be
Ah,
What I hear,
Wasim
the
Alam,
explosives
the
were
head of the
designed to get
Jinn,
maximum
former
spread.
limb clinic doctor and surgeon
guys
before he
might as
turned to
well be
more
ghosts.
profitable enterprises.
What I need
He
you
brings
to
the same
do is
cold and
listen to
calculated approach he brought to saving lives to running his business with his brother, Salar.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that really does the talking.
State police are playing
Agent
stingy
Singh,
with sharing
great poker
evidence.
player. I still owe him 100 credits. So I hope his incursion with the Jinn lasts another few months. You know, maybe he'll forget I owe him the money.
Just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
Purity First is an
There's something
anti-aug
here,
group
I'll find
dedicated to keeping humans human. All pure, no augmentations. In their obsessive pursuit of this goal, they have taken extreme measures and are suspected of being responsible for multiple acts of breaking and entering, vandalism, and theft. On occasion, they've even become violent, being implicated in
I'm
several
sorry,
assaults
we're
and
all
murders
strung
as they
out
push
shape.
for their goal of human purity. They've been quiet since the incident.
What I hear, the explosives were
Otar
designed to get maximum
Bakaveli.
spread.
This guy's a classic. They don't make many like him anymore. Sharp mind, a real businessman. One of those gangsters who thinks that crime is a necessary evil, you know? If it's gonna happen, he's there to make sure people have respect and make good money. Good
I don't even
business.
know where to start with theorizing percentages.
Who am I? I'm the guy doing his fucking job. Who the fuck are you?
DNA checks through all the alphabet agents.
The classic Diwali structure has two spies, or pakhans, working for the lieutenant who
Negative.
report
They're
directly
saying
to
it
the
was
boss
faulty
to
wiring.
make sure he stays the boss. Those guys are pretty violent.
I've run DNA checks through all the
Oh,
alphabet
here we go.
agencies.
The Diwali crime family.
State police are
As you may
playing
already know,
stingy
they're
with
one of the
sharing
largest
evidence.
crime syndicates in Eastern Europe, but they do business almost everywhere, from Northern Europe all the
Preemptive
way to the
action
Middle
would be
East.
great if we knew where
After
to
their
start.
humble beginnings in a coastal town in Georgia, the
These
Diwali
guys might
quickly
as well
moved from
be
gambling
ghosts.
to more lucrative criminal enterprises, till they found their specialty, smuggling, which includes human trafficking too.
I'd love to get a look
The
at the
Diwali
bomb
can
site
get
myself,
anything
but
to anywhere.
no dice, not
It's
our
as if
show.
borders just
There
don't
isn't much
exist
here
to
to
them.
go on.
But their rapid expansion came at the cost of their Georgian purity when they started incorporating an ever-increasing number of Russians into the group.
I don't
If you
even
ask
know
me,
where to start with
I think a
theorizing
major power
percentages.
struggle is coming within the Diwali. One of the old versus the new, the past versus the
Right now, I
future.
think my blood is about 60% Catholic.
What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Ah, the Diwali called this guy Constantine. Like that's supposed to be
Just wish
intimidating, right?
someone would nut up and take the
We don't
blame.
have a last name for
Who am I?
Constantine, but
I'm
until
the
his
guy
death
doing
in
his
the
fucking
result of
job. Who
bombing,
the fuck
he
are
was a
you?
high-placed member of the Diwali crime family, answering to Otar Bakaveli.
We suspect he has lots of connections in the upper echelons of the organization, all the way up to Rajesh Nikoladze and beyond. Between you and me, I suspect that he's a Khan, a spy that watches
something
the
here,
quality
I'll
lieutenant
find it.
closely to make sure he doesn't make a move on the boss.
I'd love to get a look at the bomb site myself, but no dice, not our show.
Otar's right-hand man is this guy, Vanna. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean, but he's strong and loyal, something Otar values greatly.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that really does the talking.
You know as much as I do about these guys. They're augmented, well-trained, and very dangerous. And they seem to be massing weapons and augs for some sort of attack. We don't know what yet.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to
Dr. Talos Rucker, former Limb Clinic doctor and current leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition. Rucker has chosen to leave his native Germany and to live in the Utilite complex near Prague as a protest to draw attention to the upcoming human restoration vote.
Negative. They're saying it was faulty
believes that
wiring.
what is happening in Prague is what will happen all over the world if the Restoration Act becomes law.
Look, I'm sorry, we're all in strung out.
You've heard of these guys. ARC, or the Augmented Rights Coalition.
What I hear,
They're a human
these
rights
forces were
group
designed
who,
to
on the
get
surface at
maximum
least, is trying to provide equal rights for augmented people. It was started by Dr. Talos Rucker soon after the AUG incident when Rucker started to speak out against the anti-AUG legislation that was being passed by several local governments. If you ask me, it's not working. Things seem to be getting worse. ARC preaches non-violence, but a string of terror attacks has put them on the terror watch list. So I'll let you be the judge.
Is it or is it not a probable target?
We're like serial killers.
Here we go, the Church of the Machine God, and to some, the Church of the Machine, without the God. And then again, to others, the Singularity Church of the Machine God.
I just wish
With so many names and subwords, it's hard to keep track. And believe it or not, they've been around in one form or another since the early 1970s. There are a lot of contradictory reports on who they are and what they want, but in general, they all want the same thing. They want to merge their consciousnesses and become one with the Machine God through a ritual they call Ascension. Samizdat is an underground news outlet that likes to think of itself as the real news. They are anti-establishment and anti-almost everything else, including business addresses, so we like to keep our eyes and ears open for any mention of them.
Who am I? I'm the guy doing his fucking job. Who the
I
fuck are
don't even
you?
know where to start with theorizing percentages.
Janus. I mean, what can you say about him? Or her. Nobody really knows who or what Janus is. But what many believe is that Janus is running the most dangerous hacking group in the world, attacking corrupt politicians and businesses on a global scale. The corporate world is terrified of
Negative.
Janus.
They're saying it was faulty wiring.
The Church of the Machine God has a leader, but all we know about her at this point is that she's a woman, and they call her Mother.
I'd love to get a
That's
look
creepy,
at the
right?
bomb site
I
myself,
think that's
but
really
no dice.
State police are playing stingy with sharing evidence.
There's a rumor that the
These
Church
guys
of the
might as
Machine
well
God
be
is building a
ghosts.
machine that will help bring forth the Singularity. Sure, I guess that's a possibility. I'm just not sure
Like
what they
serial
would
killers.
plug that
Deep
machine
down, they
into.
all want to be caught.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that really does the talking. I'd rather not
Ah,
say
what to say about the Juggernaut Collective that isn't speculation. A bunch of their members were running operations out of Montreal in 27, resurfacing for a while in 28. You heard of the Rifleman Bank Station? Bell Tower? Anyway, the Collective is a group of hacker activists, or hacktivists. God, I hate that word. Dedicated to the cause of freedom. At least that's what they say, or what their actions appear to say. They fight corruption by exposing hypocrisy and protecting the unprotected. No one knows the real power structure inside of the Collective, but there is one name that echoes over the dark, and that name that echoes even louder than Hex, and you can talk to Peter Chang if you don't believe me, that name is Janus. And some say Janus runs everything, while others think there is no Janus.
Listening to this police chatter? My God, it's a comedy
I'm
of
sorry,
errors.
we're all in strung out shape.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
There's a rumor that the Church of the Machine God is building a machine that will help bring forth the Singularity. Sure, I guess that's a possibility. I'm just not sure what they would plug that machine into.
I don't even know where to start with theorizing percentages.
If there's something here, I'll find it.
The New Sons of Freedom, or NSF, is a small group of militant constitutionalists and secessionists operating in the continental United States, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. The group was formed as a reaction to the American government's increasingly authoritarian regime. NSF is committed to fighting the influence and control of a group of unknown people they believe to be the Illuminati with strategic guerrilla warfare strikes. They are suspected of having ties with Janus and the Juggernaut Collective.
That's all the data I have right now.
to start with theorizing percentages.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that really does the talking.
Close my eyes, but all I see is strings and clips.
You think one of them would pop up on some lists?
What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Right now, I think my blood is about 6 feet.
Just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
Access granted.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
Patience is the first thing to run ahead.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
You think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere?
Negative. They're saying it was faulty wiring. It's been everywhere for the past week.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
It'd be easier if someone would just step up and do it. We're advising people to stay at home, so someone's just to be the example.
You think one of them would pop up on some list?
No, that's not consistent with the train station cameras. They don't care about jurisdictional families. What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread. Smart move. They don't want to be caught in dragnet. I highly doubt whoever did this will bother to love to get a look at the bomb site myself, but nice.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
You know, state police aren't about profiles. Nut up and take the blame. I'd rather not say what this reminds me of.
Run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
Preemptive action would be great.
Outside call cleared and waiting.
I've been scrubbing through budget for hours. Still nothing. Negative. They're saying it was faulty wiring. Is it not a probable target?
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
Dana's relies on public perception. Negative. They're saying it was faulty wiring. Thanks. Keep digging. No, it's the right tool.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
I really hate this.
Agent Jensen! You think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere?
What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Individuals who fail to comply will be arrested and relocated to designated off-owned locations.
I just wish someone would nut up and take the blame.
State police are playing stingy with sharing evidence.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet.
Eyewitnesses were smashed in the
Nothing.
explosion.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Theorizing percentages. They've been everywhere for the past week. Composition. I'd rather not say what this reminds me of.
How am I doing this fucking job? Who the fuck are you?
Is it or is it not a probable target?
There's something here.
Jensen, we need to talk. By God, Jensen, I heard about the explosion. We should relocate. I was thinking we could corner Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it happening.
No one knows where we are. There's no reason to get paranoid.
That's where you're wrong. They're trying to pull the lid off of us, Jensen, or someone is. Praha Dovos just got hacked.
Our building's front company. Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got me cleaning up IntelliCam footage from the attack to help figure out who these people are. Meanwhile, maybe they're trying to figure out who we are? Why else poke into an import company?
You think someone's figured out that the company's a front? Maybe they know what's really down here.
We have a lot of enemies. The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
You got an MO in this hacker?
At first I thought it might be the Collective.
But you're not convinced.
Not Janus's style to leave crumbs this big. But whoever it is, they risk exposing us. If the Collective ever found out where we operate... My God, Jensen.
Maybe Janus knows already.
Hey, don't say shit like that. I get nervous enough as it is.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
DF-29 likes its privacy.
Sure. More importantly, Chang likes being in one piece. Unlike you, I don't just brush off explosions.
What can you tell me about our front company?
Praha Dovos was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, Director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party. I need you to find out as much as you can about our Snoop. Make sure we're not in danger.
All right. You have any leads?
I traced our hacker Snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Hull Avenue. Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment. Access the computer they used and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
I'd rather not say what this was.
So, you've decided... Did you need some practice, huh? ever gave me? Reload your weapon before it's empty. Saves time. If you zoom in using iron sight, you'll acquire targets faster. Try it. You'll see the difference. Of course, you know a headshot is the fastest way to take down a target. But watch out for helmets. They'll slow you down. Okay, if your target is wearing armor, you'll do less damage per round. Let's try armor piercing this time. Remember that, Agent. The right tool for the right situation. Could save your life. Now, let's take a look at the technical targets. These are tougher to disable using regular ammo. They tell me shooting security devices isn't usually the best way to go. You should try to disable them. Once you've disabled a security device, your armor-piercing rounds will take it out more easily. You should always have at least one backup weapon, so you can improvise, adapt, overcome any situation. Hoorah! Seems like you're warmed up now. Let's go over some of the other aspects of your weapons. I like how silencers reduce sound, but the trade-off is less stopping power, less damage per hit. See how much extra ammo you need because of the silencer? Back to normal. But if you need to be quiet, Adam, the silencer's the way to go. Just remember the decreased damage. You know, there are several other types of attachments you can use to upgrade your weapons. Keep your eyes open for them. Again, reloading your weapon before it's empty saves time. pistol in full auto will take down targets fast, but it'll burn through your ammo. That's your refresher, but I'm sure you already knew all that stuff, Adam. Feel free to come back anytime.
Smiley was going on about hexing. I don't know what he was talking about.